Okay, the basic thing is what's called the Blue Lodge, and that consists of 3 degrees: entered apprentice, fellow craft, and master mason. A lot of Masons never go any further than that. I did. Basically, it's like an initiatory process. The requirements are you have to, at that time, now mind you, this was, I think I joined in 75, you had to be a man, freeborn, of good report, and well recommended. So they asked you if you believe in God, and I said, yes, I did. And they didn't ask which God I believed in. There's this whole process. You do a lot of memory work. You memorize all of these ritual things. You have a mentor who's called your poster, who's an older Mason. And the guy that I had was a real, very kind guy. And he helped me memorize all this stuff. And then you go to 2nd degree, and then you have a whole bunch of stuff to memorize. And just let me touch this briefly, because people ask me, well, at what point does Masonry start to look creepy? I mean, because there's tons of Christians that are Masons, literally thousands of them. And I just asked them, how can you do that? I mean, because when you start out as a Mason, you come to the lodge, they make you take off all your clothes except your undies. They put you in this like jammies. Typically, the one knee is bare and one breast is bare, and you're blindfolded. You have a cable around your neck. They call it a cable tow. It's like a velvet blue rope, and you're tied up. And you're led to the door of the lodge, and you've got a guy leading you because, of course, you're blindfolded. And this is all ritualized. And the guy on the other side says, who comes here? And your guy who's guiding you, who's a lodge officer, he says, Mr. Bill Schnoebelen, who has been long in darkness and now seeks to be brought to light, to receive the rights and benefits of the worshipful lodge, erected to God as all members have done before. And I asked Mr. Christian, Mr. Pastor, Mr. Elder, how can you say that you're in darkness when you have Jesus in your heart? And then that's not it. You go into the lodge, you're led around, they call it circumambulation. You walk around the lodge. They have these officers, the junior warden, the senior warden at the different, things of the compass. And in the east is the worshipful master, who's like the big cheese. Then you're made to kneel at this altar. Again, you're still blindfolded, and you're made to understand that you're putting your hands on this big King James Bible. And this guy comes forward, this worshipful master, and he says, we're going to lead you through this oath. And I'm not going to go through the whole oath because it would take like 5 minutes, but it's this long, involved, and ultimately blood-curdling oath. At the end, you swear the essence of the oath is to keep the secrets of an entered apprentice Mason, which of course I'm violating right now. And then at the end, you swear that if I should ever reveal the secrets of an entered apprentice Mason, that I swear that I will have my throat cut across, my tongue torn out by the roots, and buried in the sands of the sea, where the tide ebbs and flows twice in 24 hours, should I ever knowingly violate this, my entered apprentice obligation. So help me God, and keep me steadfast to the due performance of the same. Now, if you were a Christian pastor or whatever, wouldn't that kind of raise the hair on the back of your neck? And then at that point, the worshipful master says, my brother, in your current situation, what do you most desire? And then the guy that's with you, that he's a senior warden, says light, whispers it in your ear. And I say light. And then they remove the blindfold, and you see before you this big open Bible with a square and compass on it. And those represent the 3 great lights of Masonry: the Bible, the square, and the compass. And then they are revealed by the 3 lesser lights of Masonry, which are 3 burning tapers that are adjacent to the altar. Now, that's the most mild initiation. From there on, they get more and more creepy. So basically, Masonry is an antichrist thing. It claims it's not religious, but it is. They play around with it because they say, oh, well, we're just religious, but we're not a religion. Because if they were a religion, then if you were already a Christian, you shouldn't join another religion. Most Christians would say that. Like, if you're a Christian, you wouldn't become a Buddhist. Masonry is a religion. I mean, it has all the qualities. This is what I tell people. If you look at Webster's dictionary, there's 3 things that make something a religion, according to Webster. Number 1, something has a belief in some sort of deity. Masonry has that. Number 2, that belief is expressed in some sort of ritual. And Masonry is full of ritual. I mean, that's pretty much all it is. And then the third quality is it has a system of some sort of ethics or morality. And Masonry has that. So Masonry is a religion, and it's an antichrist religion. And the problem is that basically, if you drill down into this deep enough and read the books that are written by people like Albert Pike, Albert Mackey, Arthur Edward Waite. These are three prominent scholars of 19th century, early 20th century Masonry. And all of them were occultists. Arthur Edward Waite, he wrote a book on black magic and pacts, how to sell your soul to the devil. And in my book, I document how almost every single leading occult person of the late 19th and early 20th century was a Freemason. They just go together like, love and marriage.